Despite the fact that decades have passed by, the franchise it spawned is still going strong, thanks to the excitement around the release of Jurassic World Dominion. We've found some of the more surprising behind-the-scenes events from the original film, as well as things you may not have known. Let's dive right into it. Number 1. It was incredibly faithful to the source material. Michael Crichton imagined famous stage and screen performer Richard Kiley as the voice on the tape loop, while creating the part when the park's guests listened to an audio guide in their vehicle. Steven Spielberg wanted to stay as close to the original material as possible, so he actually employed Kiley for the film version, and it's his voice that can be heard via the speakers of the Jeeps.
The voice you're now hearing is Richard Kiley. We spared no expense.
If you look to the right, you will see a herd of the first dinosaurs on our tour, called Dilophosaurus.
Number 2. The scene of the Jeep attack was unintentional. Remember how terrified Lex and Tim were in the Jeep when the T-Rex attacked them with only a piece of plexiglass to defend them? It turns out that this was not the intended outcome of the scene. They were in that automobile, and the T-Rex could only go so far, and the plexiglass was the only thing between them and the dinosaur. The two were so horrified by the situation that their shrieks were genuine. So loud that Spielberg chose to keep them in the final edit. Number 3. Jeff Goldblum was on the verge of losing his iconic role. If Spielberg had gone with casting director Janet Hirschon's alternative pick for the job, we might never have seen Jeff Goldblum's acclaimed depiction of Dr. Ian Malcolm or seen that famous open shirt moment. After doing well during the audition period, Jim Carrey was the front-runner for the position. But Hirschon eventually pushed for Goldblum, a decision that gave us his line, "Life finds a way." Number 4. The Jurassic Park logo is well known among moviegoers all over the world. But who is the man behind the iconic image? Chip Kidd, who drew the logo for Michael Crichton's original novel after being captivated with a T-Rex skeleton he discovered inside a book he acquired from New York's Museum of Natural History, created the logo for the movie. Distributors of films Universal was enamored with the design and purchased the rights to it. Number 5. During various sequences of Jurassic Park, Ian Malcolm and John Hammond were at odds over Indians' research. It's worth noting that throughout the film's 2-hour length, the two wore opposite-colored outfits. Malcolm in black and Hammond in white. According to the narrative, Spielberg and Crichton viewed the couple as symbols of themselves, with Spielberg's upbeat and idealistic attitude resembling Hammond, therefore the white clothing, and Crichton's skeptical and scientific side resembling Malcolm and his black dress code. Number 6. Spielberg wasn't sure if Jurassic Park would be a hit. But he didn't have to be concerned, because the dinosaur movie went on to become the highest-grossing picture of all time. He, too, got his fair share of the pie, earning a whopping $250 million, thanks to a back-end contract that saw him take home a sizable chunk of the earnings and total gross goods sales. Number 7. After the cunning dentist disables Park's power earlier in the film, Lex executes a reset of the computer system's Unix interface during one scene. The program on the monitor may appear to be a hoax, but it is a real-life 3D browser created by Silicon Graphics, a now-defunct company. Fusion, or FSN for short, was ahead of its time in 1993. But it just goes to show how far technology has progressed since Jurassic Park was first launched with those archaic graphics. Number 8. Even animatronic dinosaurs have the potential to be dangerous. During the construction of the animatronic T-Rex, one such situation nearly occurred, but fortunately, for one crew member, catastrophe was avoided. When the power in studio went out, holding the hydraulics in place, Adam Scott was inside the robotic dinosaur gluing skin to its frame, causing the T-Rex to go into its powered-down position. Scott's position inside miraculously ensured that any metal sheets or pistons just missed him, and he escaped without any injury after his colleagues managed to actually pry the T-Rex's jaws apart. Number 9. It's no secret that a severe hurricane struck Kauai Island, Hawaii, during filming, forcing the cast and crew to seek shelter for a few days until the storm passed. The weather not only disrupted filming, but it also contributed to the crew's struggle to get their animatronic T-Rex to work, as the rain caused the robot to malfunction. The rain also drenched the animatronic's skin, causing the T-Rex's head to droop and tremble as a result of the extra weight, a nightmare for those in charge during important scenarios like the iconic attack on the Jeep. Number 10. Feathers are still prohibited. With the scientific community, feathered dinosaurs have been a hot topic, with many archaeologists now assuming that some were clothed in plumage. Because such evidence was not widely acknowledged in 1993, Spielberg turned down proposals that he cover Jurassic Park's reptiles in feathers. Despite the fact that on-set dinosaur expert Dr. Jack Horner, the real-life inspiration for Dr. Alan Grant, pressed Spielberg to do so, Spielberg declined. Scaly dinosaurs, according to the director, would be scarier than their feathered cousins. Number 11. The velociraptors, Jurassic Park's other big dinosaur stars, are present during the film's geekiest Easter egg sequence. One velociraptor stands in front of a projection of a repeating series of the letters A, C, T, and G, during a climactic scene in which the cast attempts to flee through a ceiling duct. The letters represent for the 4 base proteins that make up DNA: adenine, cytosine, thymine, and guanine. Number 12. Despite the fact that Jurassic Park is 2 hours and 7 minutes long, there is only about 15 minutes of dinosaur footage in the entire film. This tactic has been contrasted to Spielberg's earlier movie Jaws, in which the animals' screen time is reduced to increase their dramatic impact. That's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. Bombard us with more unknown facts in the comments section. Thanks for watching.